Oh my word. Oh my word. Welcome to the URT. This is the URT. We are the URT. You are the URT. Wow. What a game we just witnessed. What a game of football. The greatest semi-final Champions League tie in the history of the Champions League. The greatest semi-final, two-legged semi-final in the history of the Champions League. By absolute none. And you know what? What do I always tell you guys? If that was Manchester United tonight and they lost, I'll be like, you know what? I'll be clapping those. Because none of those teams deserve to lose. But in football, somebody has to go through, somebody has to lose. But oh my God, thank you so much to Barcelona. Thank you so much to Inter Milan for absolutely giving the football purist the best game ever in a Champions League for me. The best Champions League game ever. And when I always speak to you guys, when I say there's a right way to lose and there's a wrong way to lose, Barcelona tonight have lost the right way to lose. I've got another little thing for you tonight. I'm going to make sure you're sitting down when I tell you this. They sold us shit Unana for 45 million. Inter Milan sold us shit Andre Unana and bought Sommer for 5 million. 45 million. They bought that guy 5 million and he's gone in the Champions League final. And he made one of the best saves I've seen in a long, long time. A goalkeeper made. Lamine and Mal whipped that into that corner. The save was unbelievable. That's the levels what Inter Milan operate at and the levels we operate at. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Big up to say Miassi. Final Arsenal Inter. No Anieri to get the winner. Well, I hope they play him. Well, is he going to get the winner from sitting on the bench? Your manager does not play that kid. He doesn't put him on the football pitch. So I don't know if he's going to get the winner. Unbelievable. Big up Alien Sano, Peter. Big up the boys. Hands down, the best second leg Champions League final. The game should have been the final 100%. What a game. Please, all of you come in here. Smash a like on the video. Talk to me before we get into shitty United. Talk to me about what you thought about that game. Tell me about what you thought about that game. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. 7-6 in aggregate. 7-6 in aggregate. 7-6 in aggregate. 7-6. I just gotta keep saying it. It was 4-3 tonight. 3-3 from the first game. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Congratulations to Inter Milan. Congratulations to Inter Milan going through to a final. Congratulations to Inter Milan. Unbelievable. Honestly, breathtaking. 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 It's unbelievable what we witnessed tonight. Big up, Dave. Big up to you. Yeah, free Palestine every minute, every second of every day. But talk to me, guys. Say Miassi comes back here and says, semi-final, second leg in semi-final and second in the league. United relegation battle. No comparison. Say Miassi's fighting talk. Say Miassi's fighting talk. Fighting talk there. Well, we shall see tomorrow, my friend. We all will be revealed tomorrow. All will be revealed tomorrow. Say Miassi. Will you go hiding or will you come on here? Will you go hiding like you usually do? Or would you face it up and brave it up and come back with a super chats. We will see. But one thing you cannot do, say me, I see, you can't go missing tomorrow. Don't go missing tomorrow. But guys, honestly, talk to me. How good was that final? How good was that final? Damian, Mkhitaryan, Anthony, De Gea, Rashford, Sancho, Injigum could all build a competitive team out of our rejects. Yes. Big up to you, Schneider. Yes. Big up to you for pointing it out. I don't like the word you called him. It's a yellow card because we don't like to use that word. But yeah, say Miasi, we have 3. You have silt. Champions of Europe, you'll never sing that. You'll never sing that. You'll never sing that. Champions of Europe, you'll never sing that. Say Miasi, you'll never sing that, pal. And hopefully tomorrow, PSG put the dagger in there. Make sure for another year you go without the Champions League. Big up. Big up. But honestly, people, honestly, it was the edge of the seat. I'm not an Inter Milan fan. I'm not a Barcelona fan. I was like this. I was biting my nails. I was the edge of my seat like that. The edge. I was the edge of my seat. The edge of my seat, people. I was on the edge of my seat. The edge of my seat. Oh my God. Oh my Lord. Oh my God. Wow. Wow. What a game. I mean, talk to me. What a game. Inter go 2-0 up. You know, their big player, Martinez. What a player he is. What a captain he is for them. What a warrior he's become for them. His shirt, they're going to retire his shirt. I'm telling you, they're going to retire his shirt like the Zanetti. He's like another Zanetti for them. But this time he's a striker. He's actually so good for Inter Milan. He's their leader. He's their legend. And he scores to make it 1-0. Then there's the penalty. Was it him that scored? Remind me. I've lost track, people. So many effing goals. Did he score the first goal? Yeah, he did. Did he score the first goal? Did Martinez, the Argentinian striker, score the first goal? Then they get the penalty. Foul on him. Then Barcelona come back with some brilliant goals. Like brilliant, amazing goals. They come back and make it 2-2. And then what happened? Did Barcelona then go ahead? Yeah, Barcelona were 2 minutes away. 2 minutes away. 2 minutes away from being in the Champions League final. And then the defender scores that incredible volley into the roof of the net. And then their striker that they bought from Atlanta last year or the year before comes on and scores. What a finish. It took his time. I mean, talk about being composed in the box. He took his time, and he bent it right into the corner. That 50p, he 50p snapped that into that corner, mate. He fitted it into that right next to the post. Lamine Yamal cracks the post. I mean, talk to me, people. What a game. Smash a like. Smash a like if you agree that's the greatest semi-final in the history of Champions League. Smash a like on the video. Just smash a like. I know I'm talking on this old United channel, but I've got to be honest. When I see greatness, I've got to talk about it. I have to talk about the greatness. Smash the like, mate. Smash the like. Smash the like if you agree. That was the greatest Champions League tie ever. Semi-final. Smash the like. Smash the like, people. It's unbelievable. I'm so high from watching that game. I am so high. Yeah, he missed a sitter. Lewandowski missed it. He couldn't miss. He couldn't miss. It was harder to miss that chance. Why did he bring him on? Why did he bring him on if he's not fit? I told you, I did a thing about him. I did a video on the channel, Jamie Wayne, and I said, get me Inzaghi. What a coach he is. What a game that was, though. Lamine Yamal, 17 years old. In my opinion, the best player in the world. Must be the Moroccan genes, haha. Dima Maghreb must be. Dima Maghreb. Nah, it's probably the Guinea. Listen, he's isn't he? He's two African countries, isn't he? He is Morocco, and is it Guinea? Is his mom from Guinea? Amazing football match. World class. Oh my God, it's just unbelievable, people. Flipping believable. Unbelievable. Yeah. Azabi, by the way, recovered from cancer. What a story. Oh my God. Rasmus, the defender Akabi, by the way, recovered from cancer. Oh my God. And he scores the equalizing goal in 2 minutes to go. Oh, listen, he's the specialist in failure, him. F Wenger, mate. F Wenger. Jarvis.
Hey.
God. That is the great. Let me say this: the greatest semi-final in the history of the Champions League, history of European Cup, hands down. I forgot the goals. I forgot who scored the goals. There was that many. To get 7 goals tonight, 6 goals last week. What the hell, Jarvis? You know when I talk about there's a great way to lose, and there's a bad way to lose it. If Barcelona were Manchester United tonight, I'll be coming on here clapping I'll be clapping. I'll be like, I'm proud of my club. I'm proud of the team. I'm proud of the coach. I'm proud of what we stand for. I will be coming here. I will not be crying. I will not be sulking. I'll be just thanking the players for putting in that level of effort and showing us that quality of football. Jarvis, you've seen more football than I have. Have you ever seen a semi-final like that?
Well, it was one of the best. The game shifted. Inter is up 2-0. I'm not talking about the first game, but the second game. Inter is up 2-0. And Barcelona comes back 3-2. Inter scores in the dying minute 3-3. And did they win? Yeah, they won the game 4-3. And was a great game. I don't know. I'm so impressed by Simone Inzaghi, the manager. I love the way he plays, the way he gets his play. Did you see him on the sideline? Always like cheering. It was crazy. This is what I would like to see from a manager. A guy who stands like this all the freaking time. That's what you'd like to see.
He's doing that.
That's commitment, That's what you want from your manager. A guy who's going
kicking
ballistic.
Every ball. He's kicking. Fuck me. Who said you have to stay calm? Who said you have to just there and make little no's? No. Full on. You know what, Jarvis? Next season, in 3.5 months' time, he's going to play against his brother. What a game that's going to be. His brother bought a team, Italian team, I forgot the name of them. He bought them to the Serie A for the first time in 37 years in their history.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's unbelievable. So next year, the two brothers are going to be managing against each other.
That's super cool. But, this is the type of manager we should get at Man United. This is the type of manager I would like. But, maybe one time in the future. But
I think he's going to, after this now, I think when Pep Guardiola leaves, he's going to Man City, I think.
Do you think?
He's going to Man City, I think so. I think he's going to learn English. Apparently saying he's already learning English. but
Okay.
he's took Inter Milan, who don't spend a lot of money, Jarvis.
No.
Jarvis, let me tell you something. 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 You know that meme. You know that little video of the guy doing. Let me tell you something. I'll tell you this now, Jarvis. Let me tell you something. They sold us Unana for 45 fucking million and bought Summer for 5 million. And you know what? Tonight, he's safe. Put them in the Champions League final.
Yeah.
That is the difference of how the clubs are run, Jarvis. Let me repeat for the people at the back. They bought Sama for 5 million and sold us Unana for 45. Anyway, Jarvis, just your last couple of words after that game. Just your last bit of words, your match reaction after that game. What was that? How did you feel watching it? I was biting my nails. I was nervous for both teams. I'm glad it didn't go to penalties because it would have been cruel. Nobody deserved to lose on penalties. It would have been cruel. But Lamine Yamal, I think he's the best player in the world, Jarvis. He's the best player in the world. He's 17. He's the best player in the world, Jarvis.
Yeah. He's a massive talent. And you know, what's his ceiling? How good can he actually get when he develops? Because he's still a little bit too lean, you know, and too light. So when he gets stronger, he will be a massive force, and he is right now. But when it comes to players, I would mention I'm starting to really like this striker of Inter, Thuram. Thuram worked so hard all the game, you know, and you know he muscled the centre backs of Barcelona. They didn't know quite what to do with him, and he was on every ball. He kind of reminded me a lot of the times about the old Chelsea striker. What's his name? Drogba. Yeah. Drogba, in the way, you know, he could take down the ball, win the ball, and help out the team, not only being a threat, scoring goals. And you know, us in the future, I would prefer us to have a striker like that, a hard-working striker that will like bind up at least 2 centre backs, maybe 3, and always be a constant threat and a worry. So I think he was vital for the way Inter played tonight, and also Latura Martinez, also, you know, playing with an injury. Barella, always fantastic. Even played with, I don't know, he had cramps and he couldn't even run at the extra time, but he kept on working hard. So, you know, Inzaghi get that attitude out of the players. That's for me. That's something, and it's on the manager, I believe, because they, you know, Mkhitaryan is not all that. He's been at our club. Darmian, same, but now they work their socks off.
Everybody plays for him. You can see everybody's giving everything on the football pitch.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. And even if they got beat tonight, you could see he would be proud of them because they gave everything. That's what I'm saying to you. There's a right way to lose and there's a wrong way to lose, Jarvis. And that tonight, both teams. To me, there's no losers. Football won tonight. Football won. Because we got to see an exceptional two games that will live long in the memory. For me, it's the greatest. It is the greatest. In my lifetime, it's the greatest. Because I've never seen a 7-6. And I've never seen attacking football. 2 teams attacking each other constantly, Jarvis. Attack. You attack. We attack. And the goals are exceptional. Some of the goals are exceptional. But yeah. Anyway, people.
But Noran, I just want to say quick, when it comes to from a tactical point of view, Barcelona, they play with a really high line. They try to set the upside trap and push like almost 11 men into attack.
It's bravery.
It's bravery, but Inter are making the right decisions at the right time. They play it long, play over them all the time, force them to run home all the time. And you know, in modern football, I don't get it, why it's so hard just to play over the press, because a lot of teams just press really high. The solution is play over them, make them run home. So,
but they didn't just do that. Inter Milan played it to Thuram, to feet, and then clipped the ball and waited for the runners to run from deep. Some of the football tactics, because in the first game they found it difficult to play. But I said it to my friend, who's a massive Inzaghi fan. He loves Italian football. I said all week Inzaghi be on the training ground working on that third man run from deep, holding it up, waiting, being patient, playing somebody when they run through so they can't be caught offside.
Yeah, and you know how they got that extra energy, because for me I think Inter was knackered when we came to the 55, 60th minute. They had nothing left, but suddenly they came back. So it's amazing to see, and you know, this is football. Big up, Lawane, big up.
Hey, big up, guys. How you doing, Jarvis? How you doing, Dean? How are you?
Good.
We
Did
just
you see
watched
the game?
We just watched the greatest ever semi-final in the history of the Champions League. The greatest two-legged tie semi-final in the history of the Champions League. Unbelievable. You know what I talk about all the time, Luani? There's a right way to lose and there's a wrong way to lose. If that was United tonight and they lost, I'll be coming in here being proud and saying, you know what? Look what they left everything on that football pitch.
You see me smiling, right? You know, last week I missed the first leg, but this week I said, when it was 3-3 last week, I was like, no, today I'm not going anywhere. I'm gonna stay and watch the game. This is a decisive game, and oh boy, I did not regret it at all. It has this game has everything. This was at first talent versus structure, and then it turned into resilience versus athleticism, and at the end, the best team won. I would say. I'm not saying Barcelona didn't deserve something out of the game, but the best team won. When I mean the best team won, if you have the perfect concept of a team, 11 men that believe in the instruction of a manager and then execute it to a team, a T, and then believe in each other. There is no star player. They don't have any Lamine Yamal to bait them out. But when you look on that, I don't know which one. I think it was the third goal for Inter, the fourth goal, where the striker received the ball back to goal. When Marcus Thuram fought and get the ball back on the flank, pass it to that striker who received the ball back to goal, and he have the presence of mind to just lay it off easy for somebody who's in a better position. That's what players don't do. They don't do enough of that today. They don't do enough of that. They receive the ball back to go and they try and find a way to turn around and shoot, and the shot get blocked. But sometimes you do the simple thing. Football is just a simple game sometimes, and I like when it's played simple. This was a symphony today. This was something that need to be the way Inter play the game. They don't have any outstanding players. They don't have any. They ran out of gas at a certain point. But Inzaghi is such a good manager. See how many change he made, but still it didn't affect the team structurally, and they were still attacking all the way to the end. It's beautiful. It was beautiful, honestly.
Lawani, remember I told you about Inter.
Jamie, chill out, lad.
Oh, yeah,
Jamie,
beautiful. Jamie, you are so right. I love that.
One second, Jamie, listen, chill out, pal. People can have their opinions as long as they're not being rude. I'll just say this. I totally disagree with you, Luani. I think football won tonight. I thought Barcelona, with all the injuries they've got, with the changes, they had two centre-halves that broke down. They had to take them both off. They made changes as well, and they didn't change. They went for it. They went and believed in the way they play. To me, both teams deserve to go through. But it's a shame in football, only one of them had to go through. So for me, both of them were incredible. And Lamine Yamal, to me, tonight showed, he might not have scored, but he showed how much of a superstar he is. Every time they were getting the ball, they were giving it to him to go and make things happen. And he did everything, and that she should have scored. But Sommer made one of the best saves I've seen in a long time, because I jumped up thinking that was in. I thought that's in. Lamine Yamal, that's in. And the save to put it around, strong hand, not back into play, none of that. Put it right around. That strong hand was unbelievable. And that's why they're in the final. But people, we do 26 minutes of just reacting to this game. We need to get back to basics. This is a Manchester United channel. We need to go back. We need to talk about Rasmus and Garnacho on Thursday.
Oh, God. Come on. Oh, God.
I'd rather not.
Oh, God. Why did you have to put it like that? Why those two names right off the bat?
Luke Shaw. Luke bloody Shaw. People, big up to everybody. Please keep smashing a like on the video if you agree, if you disagree. Oh my God. Listen, let's talk about it. Actually, let's get into the Bruno discussion right now. Apparently, the team in Saudi Arabia are offering over 100 million pounds sterling for Bruno Fernandes. Over 100 million. I would sell Bruno Fernandes. I will cycle him, even though my bike broke down on me today. I would cycle Bruno Fernandes to Saudi Arabia myself. I'm telling you, I will do that myself for not 100. I'll do it for 80. I'll do it for 80 million pounds. I'll cycle Bruno Fernandes to Saudi Arabia myself. I'll start now. I'll pick him up tomorrow. It'll take us maybe a couple of months for us to get there. What do you reckon? Go ahead, Luani. Big up, joining us. Big up, Asif.
Big up, Asif.
How's it going, man? You had a good day?
How you doing?
For 26 minutes, we talked about what we saw the greatest Champions League game in the history of the Champions League semi-finals.
Unbelievable game. Unbelievable.
Yeah. So now we're talking about Bruno Fernandes. So actually, I'll start with you. How are you, first of all? You well?
I'm all right, man. I'm doing good. I've been working and then I went out for dinner and I've come home.
You're always going out for dinner, you. Always.
I love it, man. I love it. I love going out and about. You got to stay active.
Do you ever cook at home?
The UK has made people the UK is built to make people into couch potatoes. It's not good. You're meant to be active. The body is not made to be sat on the sofa all day. You're meant to be walking. You're meant to be out and about. You're meant to be socializing. It's good for your well-being. It's good for your fitness. It's good for everything, man.
Hey, if it's good enough for Asif, it's good enough for me. But Asif, Bruno, I would cycle him to Saudi, and I think if we're gonna do that, I might have to leave at midnight tonight, get him on the bike.
Wow.
I have to get an emergency bike.
I just want to say one thing to you. I want to say one thing to you, Nuruddin. We already need strikers. We already need midfielders. We already need a goalkeeper. If Bruno goes this summer, we're going to be in a bigger mess because at least he's contributing to the team. How do we replace him on top of all the other players that we need to replace? And Ineos aren't going to go. I'm got a question mark over what Ineos are going to do in the summer anyway. Never mind losing a player. Whatever people think of him, yes, he has his flaws, does Bruno Fernandes, and in the way he performs sometimes, but he's a very effective player. And if we lose that from our team, how do we replace it without spending loads of money on top of having to get two strikers, a goalkeeper, which I don't think we're going to go for a goalkeeper, and a defender? Do you know what I mean? Like, we need players already, so I think him going will be an issue. In terms of where we are, it's too much to rebuild too soon, because if that happens, I think we're going to struggle. We'll be looking at a low position next season as well. Do you understand what I mean? Are you saying that you'll cycle him to Saudi and they'll give us a big fee for him?
Hello?
I'm just
Can
saying.
You hear me?
Yeah, I heard everything you said, but I will still sell him. I will still cycle him. I'll go to Jarvis next.
No,
Jarvis.
Nuruddin, let me ask you though, but all right, Bruno goes. What's the solution? Like, who do you bring in? And do you think it's right time to say, because we're already struggling in our lots of positions, is that another position we're going to lose? And who replaces him?
No, for me, this is what I'm saying to you. I genuinely, I 100% we play through Bruno Fernandes. I do not want to support a football club that play through one player. I really don't.
100%.
I genuinely don't. I do not. When Bruno plays well, sometimes we have a good game. When he plays bad, we have a dog shite game. This hero status that he's getting, I just don't see it. I genuinely don't see it. At the moment, he's on form. He's playing on form at the moment. But I 100% believe, just like Liverpool, obviously, one thing I agree with you is that I don't trust Ineos, right? But that doesn't mean I want to keep a player where we could go and sign other players. So for me, I would let him go and get 2 number 10s in this system that can play and a wing back and spend that money wisely. But like you, I don't trust Ineos. Are they going to pay down debts for that money? What are they going to use that money for? I think there are other players that would be more effective in this Manchester United team. And with his money, if he sold him for 100 million, I would get 4 players to replace him and play through 4 or 5 players like we used to. Remember with Fergie, we used to play through 5 players. So if 2 of them are not playing well, the other 3 used to show up. But I'll come back to you. Jarvis, what do you think? Do you want to keep him?
Well, I think it's difficult to say yes or no because it all depends. It all depends on how much money we can get. Big up, Ben.
100 million, 100 million, 100 million.
Or maybe more. Maybe more.
No,
we heard.
No, forget what you heard. I'm telling you that I'm
transfer record.
I want yes or no. 100 million. Are you willing to sell Bruno Fernandes?
Well, the rumors are 115 million pounds.
Okay, forget that.
New British transfer record. But and
okay, if they get that, are you selling?
Well, I see it's complicated because it's a huge.
Jarvis, it's not complicated. You either are selling. Jarvis, listen, a bread is either 50p or 57p. Bruno Fernandes is either 100 million or 115 million.
Well, but the thing is, Nordin, it's not my money. I'm not putting that money into my pocket. It's about the players and the quality we have in our squad. So first of all, let me just say,
I'm just teasing you.
I know. But it's a huge decision for Bruno if he wants to go or stay. But we heard
he's getting £1 million a week.
Yes. So
£1 million a week. Are you kidding me? He's 31, Jarvis. 31. He's got 2 more years, maybe at a top flight.
Well, who knows?
In
the modern day football, we see players like Modric, we see players like Ronaldo keeping a high level up until their late 30s. So he could have 5 good years left.
He's nowhere near Modric. And Modric's at Real Madrid that win things and that are successful.
Yeah.
So there's a big difference between Bruno Fernandes and at the moment he's on form. But boy, I cannot believe the fan base. Right, I'll go to Luani. I'm gonna go to you. I just want to get a consensus. Yes or no? Are you selling him for 80 million, 90 million?
I will absolutely sell him.
Okay, stay
80,
there.
90,
okay,
no
don't say a word. Don't say a word. Stay there. Ben, quickly. Welcome to the show. Are you selling Bruno Fernandes for 80 million? Yes or no? Can I hear you? Can't hear you.
You mute. Ben is mute. You muted.
I think he said yes.
He's lost for words. He can't believe the amount.
No,
the amount you mentioned it shook him.
Nuruddin, and the reason I was saying it's not because I don't rate him. It's because we are in a rebuild and he's 31. So if you take a rebuild and a player that's on the other side of his prime, even though he's playing well, they don't match. So we need to take money and reinvest it into young players. That's exactly what the Ineos says. That's their agenda. So if they're going to buy young players and incorporate the team with a lot of young players and make us competitive, let's go for it. This is not about Bruno. In a year or two, his legs are gonna be gone. And what are we gonna do? We're gonna try to build a team around him and end up like Real Madrid. So for that reason, I'll sell him.
Okay.
Can you
Jamie
guys hear
Wayne,
me?
I just want to say something quickly. If it wasn't for Ipswich being that crap, who else was down there? Who else got relegated? Ipswich. Who else got relegated?
Leicester, Southampton.
Leicester, Southampton. If they weren't with Bruno, we would have got relegated anyway. With Bruno as well. So I'm sorry, I refute that. Go ahead, Ben. Will you sell him for 80, 90 million?
Can you hear me okay? Yes?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes. Big up anyways, big up the panel, big up the chat. I'd sell him for, like, obviously I'm honestly one of biggest Bruno agendas. I can't stand him. I'd sell him for 20 million, 30 million. Honestly, when I seen the news today, that, you know, the Saudis were going to offer us 115 million. Honestly, I was absolutely gobsmacked. I couldn't believe it. Big up the Saudis as always. They've got the P's. This would actually help us so much, like, for the future, for PSR, for just everything, like, you know, because Bruno's on 350k a week. You know, he's got a hefty contract for us. And I'm not taking away from the credit from Bruno. He has been our best, well, considering our best player this season. He's had a good season, obviously, considering it's a shit season. But no, I seriously do think selling him is the right way, and it just goes to show that no one's safe in this under the system, because I think Bruno doesn't really fit this system, even though he's played well in the double pivot. But I don't think, still don't think that he's still. I don't think he's 100% comfortable in the system. In my opinion, I still think he prefers to be in the 4-2-3-1 and the 10 and the single 10. Like, you know, our previous managers have asked Bruno to, like, you know, free roam and just do whatever the fuck you want. Whereas Amarim's obviously came in and say, look here, I want you to, you know, help us play out from the back, go through phase 1 into phase 2 into the final third, and keep the ball, keep the possession. But nah, 100%. I'm with every. I don't know what the whole panel has said about selling Bruno, but I'm so glad that there's even, like, obviously it's been leaked that, you know, the Saudis are willing to offer us 115 million. And honestly, this, like, if he does leave, it's all eyes on Ineos, because we've obviously heard that Sir Jim is selling Nice. He's willing to sell his whole shares at Nice. So it's all eyes on Ineos and the Glazers, whether they'll back Ruben Amorim over the summer, or whether they'll just say, oh, here, we just got 115 million plus Bruno's wages in our pockets, and we're just going to keep it like that. So it's all eyes on Ineos this summer if Bruno goes this summer, because you could buy 5-6 players out of that money, maybe even more.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yep,
but anyway,
100%.
big up.
Anyways.
Kadeen's coming for Jarvis, and he says if Jarvis doesn't agree, we might have to put him on the transfer market. Much love, Jarvis. Listen, I want to bring this up. Look at this. Look at this. This is why GA is ruined football. Look what somebody's saying here. Look what somebody's saying here.
About Modric.
Look. Nowhere near Modric. Based on what, bro? Not GA. He's saying Bruno's going to hire GA. Oh, my God. If you think GA is the only thing in football, I can't help you. I swear to God, I can't help you.
Bro.
Yeah. Big up to Trebles. The question is, are you selling Bruno Fernandes for 80 million? Ben said he'll take 25 million.
Absolutely.
No problem.
Absolutely.
Right? He's got a Bruno agenda. He owns that. I don't have an agenda, but I think 80 million.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? Yeah, I've gone past the stage where any player wants to leave, they can leave. And it's about, you know yourself, and you are one of these guys that can't stand Ineos. I'm like that as well. Do you trust them to get the right replacement?
Yeah.
Absolutely not. So this is where I stand on it. Like me, whoever is that player, anybody, nobody's bigger than the club. The end of the day is these owners at the top. Now let's look at this. Yeah, last couple of nights ago we had this conversation. They let Anthony go. They let Rashford go without any replacements. And you think they're going to get? You think they're going to replace Bruno? Bro, I'm just saying. You know, sometimes you have to say, be careful what you wish for, innit? It's very simple.
They'll spend the Bruno money on strikers.
Asif, do you know what? Asif, I was about to tweet that today. And I said I don't, because if I do it, I'll get in very, very big trouble. I know what these Ineos are about. Nobody could listen. Before Ineos walked out the door, bro, I've done my homework on these lot. Bro, they are not it. They do not know how to run a footballing club. They don't know. They ain't got a clue, mate. So see, with me, I'm thinking right now, just kick back. Whether he stays, wherever he goes, let them do what they want to do, because we are out of control. I just don't think we're going to get back in the top. When competing for the Champions League and Premier League with them in charge, I don't care. I don't think they're going to. They're not the answer. And with me, I said I'm tired of talking about managers. They're the problem. They're more of a bigger problem than the manager. That's my opinion.
Facts, Treble. Big up.
You know what I have no doubt about? I think that Bruno leaving might have the same effect that Grealish leaving have on Aston Villa. They can take the money and reinvest it.
Yeah, 100%.
Rebuild the
well, that's if you trust in yours. I don't trust it. That's the only
that's the big if.
Listen, that's Asif and Jarvis have got me on that one. We don't know what Ineos are going to do with this money. We don't know who they're going to get.
No.
But big up, Ahmad said, Nuruddin, be honest, would you want to replace Bruno if I'm 100%? 100 million%, yes. He's a Manchester United supporting kid. He's from Wivenshaw all day, every day. Palmer is way more talented. He's way younger, and he can give us a decade in terms of how he plays. So for me, it's what it is. But let me just get one of the comments that I just got. Somebody wrote this. Big up Pete said this. Pete Amar is garbage. I told everybody. Unbeaten in a Farmers League, they said. Clapped the fuck in the Prem. Wow, that's a bit harsh. Somebody said this. Amarin is like a magician who wins the audience before he performs. So even if he fumbles, people still clap. Hey, I'm telling you, the URT army have turned into the poets tonight. Poets, absolute bars. Forget
they're using ChatGPT, man.
Forget rap. They've come here tonight. The poets are out. The poets are out in force. Jarvis, I'll let you have the last word. 115 million. Are you selling Bruno? Yes or no? Just give me yes or no answer. Yes, I'll keep it. No, I'm gonna sell it.
Explain. I like to explain my reasoning before I say yes or no, because it's not black and white. It's more gray, and always is, and we all know it. And in this channel, we like to discuss the finer margins, the essence of things. So I would say now it's up to Bruno to make a huge decision. And but if we win the Europa League, I think we don't need to sell Bruno because of the financial gain we get from qualifying to next year's Champions League. So I think a lot of this is on Bruno, and if we win or not the Europa League. And second of all, it's up to Amorim in the end. And it's not the fee; it's about Amorim. And do we already have a functional replacement lined up? And is it Cunha? Is he the replacement? Because the club must have been aware of this a long time ago. So is Cunha the replacement? Or do we have any other players lined up? So it depends. And I don't think we should sell Bruno if we don't have a replacement lined up, regardless of the money, because I think Bruno is vital at least for 2 more seasons for us as a player, and it's really hard to replace if you use him in the right way. And yeah, we can all laugh, but if
I'm laughing at this. I'm laughing at this comment here. I'm not laughing at you. Go ahead, Jarvis.
No. But I'm just saying, if we have better players on top, for example, not Højlund, we can see even more assists from Bruno. Actually, a player who understand where to run, and better forwards, better tens, better players around. So it's not all falling on Bruno. So that's why I'm not sure. I'm torn with this.
But Jarvis, he's had better forward before. He's had better forward before Rasmus. He's had Martial. He's had all those forward that came before. Greenwood and all that.
Yeah, but
the issue we have here is that Bruno is getting to a certain point in age where he's gonna start declining. Do we want to be doing a rebuild when our star player is declining? No. And also the aspect we're not talking about is, what does he want? If he doesn't want to leave, does he want to leave or he want to stay? If he doesn't want to leave, can I just block the move?
Can I just because I just stayed on mute, can I come in there and stop whoever's talking? Okay. All right. Look, yeah, structure. I remember over a year ago. I think was when we lost to Galatasaray. Yeah, I think 3-2 in it at home when we lost to them. Yeah, I think it was 3-2 the score, right? Um, we had to prioritize other areas. Yeah, we had key areas. We didn't need it on honor. Yeah, we had to prioritize the key areas. Now, at this moment of time, yes, we need to move on from him when the age is getting older. I get it. I hear all of that. That's why I said I don't mind whether he stays or goes. To me, we have a bigger issue. We have midfield to prioritize. We have attack to prioritize. We have another goalkeeper to prioritize because this goalkeeper that we have, he ain't it, mate. He ain't it. He's not it. He cost us in the Champions League. Yeah, he nearly cost us against Lyon. He got bailed out by Maguire and Meno. He's not it. So we have other key areas that we have. Lindelof's leaving, and De Ligt's injury prone. We're probably gonna have to move him on very, very soon. Not now, but very, very soon. He's injury prone. Who else is leaving? Which other centre back's leaving? I think Maguire got another season. So we need key areas to address. We need about 2 midfielders, yeah, and obviously a 10 and another striker. We need to prioritize these areas first before we can actually start moving on Bruno and the goalkeeper I just mentioned. Because if we end up just getting rid of them and not get the right replacement, I'm telling you, Structure, I've seen your streams, and I'm in your stream now. You're gonna have a fucking meltdown, bro. I'll tell you that for free.
Yeah, we could
You're
go
gonna
down.
have a meltdown. So I'm just saying this for now. Keep just prioritize other areas because that is very, very important. But you know what? I'm not Giddy FC. I'm just gonna wait what they do.
Would you sell? Would you sell Bruno? Yes or no?
No, I wouldn't. Not now. No, I wouldn't.
Okay.
No, that's it.
Don't forget, people thought Donny van der Beek could replace Bruno. That's what people thought.
Your reason is because of Ineos.
Yes.
So if Ineos weren't at Manchester United, would you have sold Bruno? If proper competent people were at Manchester United, would you have sold Bruno?
Yeah, that's a different conversation. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, when we say we need to prioritize other area first before thinking about Bruno, have we thought about this way that Bruno impacts so much the way we play that he's literally the system?
Well, I think it's changed.
Have
I
we
think
think
that
about
was
it that
right
way?
before, but not now. I think
Yeah.
he has stepped back a little bit when it comes to all this hero ball, and I think he has evolved as a player in a way under Amorim. It's not the same Bruno now as we saw.
Because watching this enter today, the one thing I noticed about them, they have so much control in that midfield, and we need to have control.
Yeah.
We don't control.
You don't need
game.
one player. You
And
need
he
more
might
than
be
one player.
exactly, and he might be the reason why we don't control game.
Yeah, we don't.
I know he improved his game.
Facts.
He improved his game. He
He's
doesn't
on
do a lot
form.
of
You
holding.
know what? 3-4 months ago, people were not saying this. 4 months ago, people would have been like, get him out of here.
Yeah.
Especially Jamie Wayne. Especially so many people were like, get him out because he's recently hit form. And the fans, because we've become so crap, the people are more desperate to kind of hang on to players. I think he's got to go me. Big up to Adewale. I knew I was going to see you tonight, brother. Big up to you, man.
Yeah, by the
Big
way.
up. He says, wild. People say not to sell Bruno. He's got to go, yeah. Yeah. Well, to be fair, the reason where they're giving is the valid reason. They're saying that they don't trust Ineos to basically to be able to replace him properly and to be able to spend that money properly and get proper replacements that we need. You know, if, for example, if Manchester United were run by the same other people who were run Liverpool when they sold Coutinho and they sold, what's his name? Mr. Albaitia. Mr. Baitia, what's his name? Suarez. When they sold Suarez, Mr. Vampire. Ken Dodd. When they sold Ken Dodd, if you know Ken Dodd.
Let me just say this is a perfect analogy.
What's the Ken Trebles?
Yeah.
If they sold, when they sold Ken Dodd, Suarez, aka Ken Dodd, aka Mr. Vampire, and when they sold, what's the other guy called, the Brazilian?
Firmino.
No, not Firmino. The other Brazilian, the winger. Remember, not Fabinho. They sold the other guy, and they bought Sané and they bought Mane and Salah. What's the other guy that used to play for them? Coutinho. Was it Coutinho? Coutinho. That's it.
Continue.
Coutinho, for 140 million or something like that to
Yeah.
Barcelona.
140.
And they sold Suarez to another like nearly 70, 80 million, whatever it was, to Barcelona as well. So what they did was they reinvested that money and bought incredible players and built a proper system. They spent the money on getting a top world-class goalkeeper, getting a world-class centre-half, and then buying someone like Bobby Fabinho, bring in Salah, bring in Mane,
They
and
won the
look what they
Champions
did.
League.
And look what they did.
Yep.
Yeah, they won a league and a Champions League. So yeah, but pick up Adewale. Adewale says here, if Ineos continue on this trajectory, the Glazers will sell to Qatar. So it's a win for us fans. Better they sell as many players as possible and bring new ones. Well, I don't
it's
know
like
about
there's
that.
more chance. Listen, let me tell you something. I'll tell you, it's more chance me winning the lottery than Qatar coming back. That's the odds.
Yeah.
That's never gonna
Yeah,
happen.
you know what? Let's talk about it now. Big up Lesso. Lesso, I know that you got a problem with a connection. Are you there? You there, Lesso? I know you're having problem with the connection, brother. Big up to you, though. I hope you're well. Big up, Lesso. I don't know if you can hear us, but I hope you're well.
The structure before he fixes his mic. I'm just trusting Glazers to actually, or Ineos, whichever. Yeah, trusting them. Yeah, it's like, can you trust a cracker to spend £1 billion? That's
Listen. I don't trust them. I do not trust them. They wasted $1 billion. The Glazers wasted $1.5 billion. Go ahead, Lesso. Are you good? How are you doing, Lesso? Can't hear you, bro. You're breaking up.
Yeah.
I'm all good. Big up to the panel.
Yeah. We can hear you now. We can hear you now. It's better. Listen, quickly, bro, before we move on to the biggest game of our season on Thursday, would you sell Bruno Fernandes for 80 million to Saudi?
Get him on a bullet train. Honestly, yeah, let's not be hypocrites, guys. Let's not be hypocrites, because you know, not so long ago, all of us were saying, if we never rejected the deal in the summer where we were offered a huge sum for him, and that was less than 100. That was around 70, I think, or something of that sort. Most of us would have taken it, but then, we went back on that, and then, down during the season, everyone turned their heads again and said, this guy, maybe we need to be looking for something long term. But I understand, like I said, I understand why people wouldn't want him to go, because we don't trust this board. But I look at it from two different sides, right? If these guys are very serious, more or less, on what to do after, beyond Bruno, or even with him, we will get that answer during this window. That's what I said. And I look at it from this way. Look, if they keep Bruno and they don't invest, then we knew even if they sold him, they wouldn't have invested. But if they keep Bruno and they've invested, it means even without Bruno, they would invest heavily, I think, personally. So it's a two-way street. For me personally, if they don't invest and they sell Bruno, they just quickening their demise. They will be forced to sell eventually, and at a quicker pace, because they'll burn through their threshold in terms of money. You look back at why we're in this situation and why we spent money so quickly during the Glazers' time. It's because they took the money not as dividends only. Those dividends were converted into cash for Tampa Bay.
Oh, he's cut out.
Oh, cut out. Oh.
You're mute, Nurden.
Yeah, listen. So let me put your hands up if you want Bruno gone.
I'll do 2 hands.
Luani. So it's 3 against 3. Yeah, it's 4 against 3. So it's me, Luani, and Ben.
Look at what Aston Villa did, man. They didn't know Grealish was their best player. Now they have Morgan Rogers, they have Yuri Tielemans, they have McGinn, they have Kamara. They have
one thing I would say though, I respect the people's opinion. So Trebles, Jarvis, and Asif, I respect why. I don't trust Ineos, but I'm not going to lie to you guys. Bruno Fernandes is one of the most hyped players in the history of football for me.
Yep.
With this bullshit GA. With this bullshit GA. And 4 months ago, you would have sold him for 50 million, no problem. But he's recently hit decent form, especially in Europe and in the Europa League. And all of a sudden, he's Diego Maradona.
Fucking embarrassing, man. It's embarrassing.
I swear to God.
But
yeah,
no,
but listen,
go on.
I just want to say to Amma, listen, Palmer, I won't just buy Palmer. I would buy Jerky. I would even go and get that kid Lang. You know, the Korean kid who plays for PSG. He's not.
Oh, him. Yeah,
he's not happy.
Yeah,
he's not happy yet. Was it
sure.
something? Lee Lang.
He's a midfielder, isn't he?
Lee Yang. So is it Lee Yang?
Lee Kang. I think it is.
Lee Kang.
Yeah.
I would replace him with proper footballers, but that was me. That is me. That is me. I would sign Jerky. I would sign Cunha, and I would go and get with that money. I would go and get a proper striker. That's what I would do. But
well, how much do you think? How much do you think Chelsea are going to want for Palmer?
I do understand. Listen, no. But I do understand. Listen, I do understand. I would get somebody else if not Palmer. Palmer is unrealistic because Chelsea have tied him up to 8-year contract. Adewale says, I don't respect the people who want Bruno to stay. They're putting Bruno ahead of the club. We're 15th season. This season we finished. That's it. We finished 8th. We need a team, not Bruno ball. He hurts the team. Yeah, I do think the GA thing is the worst thing that could have happened to football. And the way fans use that now, and when people go, all the chances he created, I'm like, there is no actual measurement to show how good that chance was. And the way they measure it, it's not, to me, too realistic, because a chance measure is that you put somebody on one-on-one through. You put them on one-on-one through. If Bruno Fernandes was putting everybody one-on-one through, I'd be like, he's one of the greatest. But my eyes and what the GA stats say are like, the GA is the sky, my eyes are deep down at the bottom of the ocean. That's what it is. Like, because I do not understand how to measure what the angle of the pass. Was it 1-on-1? Did he put the ball somebody to the back post and did they miss a sitter? Like tonight, Lewandowski missed the absolute sitter. It was harder to miss there, but that's what it is. But the debate is over. Football is about opinion, and things are like Marmite. Certain footballers, they just divide opinion. Some people love them. Some people just don't see what's special. And that's the beauty of football. And that's the beauty of debate. But I do agree with Jarvis, with Trebles, with Asif, that if it was Liverpool, I would be like, get rid of Bruno because they've done it. And they brought in world-class players replacements. But with Manchester United, I do not trust Ineos. I do not trust the Glazers. And I've never trusted Ineos or the Glazers. So
you know what? Since we sold Ronaldo, did we even replace him?
People don't hate Bruno. I just want people to understand. People don't hate Bruno. They do not hate Bruno. They just don't think he's the greatest player since sliced bread. You're talking about a football club that's had Beckham, Scholes, Keane. What the hell? Hargreaves, Paul Ince, Nicky Butt. Like some really special players who were consistent 7 out of 10 week in, week out. Cantona in terms of forward and creatives. Mark Hughes, Cole, treble winners. What are you on about?
No, even look at the game today.
One at a time.
Can I just say this? Do you know what I think? Yeah, structure. I think some people, they like obviously GA, and some people like pleasing on the eye, innit? That's just smart. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Policing on the eye. No, it's not policing on the eye. GA for me is one of the worst stats that could happen to a football. Yeah. I swear to God, because it skews the reality of what football is. It's one of those stats that skews the reality. But anyway, we can talk about it anyway. Let me just get the super chat. We need to move on to the game because we've already been live for an hour. First 26 minutes, we were just in awe of that. The greatest Champions League game in the history of Champions League for me. Liverpool are trying to get rid of Nunes, who scores goals and gets assists. They know he's not a good, but our fans just look at players who get GA, nothing else. What's funny is that Bruno has had many open play goals as Xerxes. Well, don't listen, Adewale. Don't say. He's
No, what I was trying to say is that if any indication of what we're trying to say today, right? Look at the game today, right? You have a potential generational player in Lamine Yamal, and Barcelona was very heavy on that right-hand side, playing everything through him. But they still lost to a team that's well structured and that have no star player. It's not one player. One player doesn't make a team, you know.
Yeah. I'll just say this. Big up, Ahmad, listen. It's not I will not just replace him with Palmer. I would buy other players. I would get a goalkeeper. I would get a dominant centre half. If we United in the Champions League, that means United would have over 200 million. If they sold Bruno, you know that money from Saudi, they just wire it to you straight away. They don't go wait for it. No, you get that wire, and then you get that Champions League money secured. So Man United would have 200.5 million to spend, and then I would go on by 7 top players to fundamentally change the structure of this team. But do I trust Ineos and Glaciers to do that? No, I don't. I do not. But I would still sell. Better players. United have sold better players. Beckham was 20 million times better than fucking Bruno Fernandes, and Manchester United sold him. David Beckham is a Manchester United legend. It is what it is. But people, we want to move on to the game, and I'm gonna start with my friend Jarvis. Jarvis, first of all, 2 questions I'm going to ask all of you. How confident you are about Thursday, and how do you think the game's going to pan out? Because we have conceded 2 goals with 10 men in extra time, and we conceded 4 in the Europa League at Old Trafford at home. So how confident you are, and how do you think the game's going to pan out? Go ahead.
Yeah, I talked about this yesterday on Tactical Devils. But when it comes to the game, I believe that we will most likely concede one goal, and everything will get a little bit hectical as we know it. It's always a roller coaster with Man United, but I think also we will come back and score a goal and kill the game at the end. So 2-1. That's my prediction. How I see the game, I think they will try at their best. Athletic Club Bilbao, they will go at us, and we will be shaky. I think the first 25 minutes will be almost as the same in the away game. They will have chances. Maybe they will score 1, but I think we will come back, and that's just how I see the game. I feel that we are in Europe, especially because I think when it comes to physicality, we are not out bullied all the time as we are in the Premier League. We saw against Brentford, for example, they are bigger, they are stronger than us all the time. Mbuemo, Bissa, all of these players. And we can't handle the physicality right now, and we're not robust enough. We're not resilient enough as a team. But in Europe, I don't know why, but I think it's the tempo and the physicality suits us better, because I think a lot of our plays are actually not that bad. They are footballers in a way, but they're not at their level at Man United in the Premier League. It's a little bit too high for them. But when it comes to Europe, look at Anthony, for example. Go to Spain and suddenly he looks like prime Ronaldo. So I expect it to be a game of a moment of cheeky bum time when they score, and we will come back. So yeah, and also I think our players are rested, and we have the experience now in Casemiro especially, and Maguire. I think they are determined to drag us over the line and help us win this tournament. So I'm quite confident, to be honest.
Big up.
I am mute.
No, then.
Yeah, go ahead. Luani, go ahead. How do you see this?
So the question, how do I see this?
First of all, how confident you are, and how do you think the game's going to pan out? How do you think the game's going to pan out?
I'm 100% confident that we're going to whether we're going to beat them or not. That will depend on how we decide to approach the game tomorrow. How I think the game is going to pan out, I think we need to respect them, but we don't need to fear them. So what I mean by that is, if Amorim decide to set up in the mid block, and they will come at us, just set up in the mid block, wait for them to come, and we will take our chances. We use our best weapon. If I was Amorim, I'll probably drop Bruno and Casemiro in the double pivot, and then I'll play Garnacho on the left and Ahmad on the right, and then I'll start Kobe Mino in one of the 10. And we wait for them to come at us in the mid block, and we'll take our chances. I believe Ahmad and Garnacho will find the spacing behind, and we will make them pay. They have to score 3 goals to force a penalty. They have to score 4 goals to go through. There is no way they do all of that without us scoring. That's the way I see it.
Okay, go ahead, Atif. Talk to me. Answer the 2 questions. How do you think the game's going to pan out, and how confident you are?
Well, I think it's going to be closer than the first leg, and I feel like we need to score first. We can't go into the game with the mentality that it's done and dusted and be relaxed. We need to go into the game thinking that it's 0-0 and we need a goal, and then we score early and then we control the tempo of the game. Because if we sit back straight away or relax and make silly mistakes and get caught in transition and stuff, they might score 1 early, and then once they get 1 early, then the pressure starts. So we've seen in lots of European games, whether it's Europa League or Champions League knockout ties, a lot of madness can happen, and it can happen fast. And before you know it, something that looked like it was game over looks like you're in big trouble. So if they do that and we get the goal first and we control it, it'll be a nice, easy evening. And I feel like we will go through. I'm confident about that. I don't know how many goals and stuff, but they've just got to get it right. They can't be stupid, because the result was big in the first leg, but they really created chance after chance in that first 10 minutes, and we got really lucky. There's a goal line clearance. One of the Williams missed Casemiro did a block on someone when they were through on goal. So they were really at us, and we can't let that happen again. We've seen in lots of games, team look like they finished and then they get blown out of the water. Do you know what I mean? And we've been good in Europe. Yes, we've been undefeated, but we're very vulnerable, and we've seen it time and time again. So I'm confident we're going to go through 100%. I'll be shocked if we don't go through. It'll be an absolute disaster. So yeah, I think we're going through.
Go ahead, Ben.
I'm obviously.
You want 2 questions. How do you think the game's going to go? How confident are you?
In terms of confident, I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm like 100% confident compared to what Luani said and like Jarvis said as well. I'm sort of like 60-70%, so like relatively confident. And the reason why I'm not really 100% confident is because of who we've got in nets. Like, let's not kid ourselves, panel. Like, you know, on chat, like, you know, we have this guy. You know, as I think it was you that said it earlier on. I forgot your name already. Apologies. Treble, is it? Treble?
Ben, hold it there. Ben, just hold it there. Hold it there. Jarvis, I know you have to go.
Yeah.
Can you tell me the score? What score do you think is going to be on Thursday?
Well, as I said, I predicted we will win the game 2-1. That's my prediction. But I think the most important thing now is how we will attack the game. If we're going out to defend the lead, or if we going at them and try to score a goal.
I think that would be extremely dangerous,
us, because I don't see us robust enough to defend the lead.
No,
so I think we just have to go at them and try to attack. But I don't trust Amorim completely when it comes to this. I feel maybe he can revert to a 5-4-1 and just try to sit out the first 60 minutes just to see out the game. And we know us when we do that type of things. It's never end well. So
yeah, big up, Jarvis. Big up. Take care.
Yeah, take
Good night,
care.
man. Take care.
Good night.
Go ahead, Ben. Carry on, Ben.
Yes.
Trouble.
Like, Yeah, Treble. I think it was you that was on about Onana, but like like I said, panel, like I just do not have any faith in this man in our nets. Like anything can happen in this game. It's a game of football. That's the whole joys of football, and anytime that any shots come towards him, like I'm always. My hands are always in my mouth, just always nervous, like because you just don't know what he's going to perform or anything like that. So, like I said, I'm not 100% confident, but I do think we'll get the job done. Like I said, obviously we're 3-0 up. We can, like, there's no way we can lose this. Obviously, apart from him obviously messing things up, but this obviously is very important for not only just the players' mentality tomorrow if we do go out tomorrow, but it's also important for how Amorim sets us up as well. Because if I'm Amorim, I'd be going into the changing room before we go out and say, look, lads, it's not 3-0, it's 0-0. Let's go at them. Let's get that first goal. Once you get the first goal, right, okay, lads, let's control the game, control the tempo, slow everything down, and take it from there. He can't come out at Old Trafford, the lights coming down at Old Trafford, and just send us up like 5-4-1. He can't do that. He just can't, because if somewhat Atletico score and we're playing 7 defenders, they're going to be, the fans are going to get the away fans are going to get behind the Atletico. So like, he's got to, like, I think it's the wrong approach if we just come with like 7 defenders off the rip. I think he's just got to go at it, get that first goal under our belts, and then just control the tempo from there. I think the score will be. I do think they will score. I think I'm going to go towards maybe Jarvis's result in 2-1 United. But it's very important, mainly for the players' mentality and how they deal with it. But about 10-15% is Amorim in terms of if we lose the game tomorrow. Right, what is the reason we've lost the game? Obviously, the players' mentality, we know that. But could you have set us up better instead of, defensively, if that makes sense? So that's my verdict anyways. Big up anyways.
Big up.
You're on mute.
Go ahead, Troubles. Are you confident? And do you think how do you think the game's going to pan out?
I don't know if I'm confident winning for them to that game, but going through wise, I think we've got the edge in it. Because the first game that we won 3-0 and going to the second leg, it gives us more confidence. You know what I mean? They have to attack us. My only thing with that game is, I don't know about you guys, is if they score first in the first 20 minutes, it could be a very, very nervy. And I've seen this team with 10 men Leon nearly crumble. And we have someone like Maguire up front and to go up front and Manu to bail us out. Like, that should not be happening. And that was 10 men. Bilboa, the thing with them is, because they're going to be very open, and they're going to have their best defender was or one of their defenders got a red card. I think we're going to hit them on a counter. But in terms of the score, I think it's going to be a 1-1 and we'll edge on aggregate. That's just me. I think that's how it's going to finish. 1-1. But we'll go through on aggregate.
Yep.
That's just the score prediction. I don't usually do score prediction, but I will go through in it. Don't know winning on the night. I'd be very. I do think though, yeah, that even though Dallo, that gives us good advantage because Dallo defensively, yeah, like it's very shocking lately, and he's not playing in it. So, but still, I don't feel like the way they didn't take their chances first game. I do see us still there scoring in it, but it's just some. We just have this bozo defense and a bozo keeper that they just make silly mistake in it. If we had a world class keeper, I can understand in it. I would have said, you know what, maybe he's gonna save one and let one in few and let one in. That's fine. But then again, we just can't crumble under the pressure in it. And I've seen this team structure. I've seen this team crumble under pressure. The tie is not over. Everybody's getting giddy saying, well, we're going to Bilbao. No, mate, we're not going Bilbao yet. We're not going yet. Yeah. We're 90 minutes away, yeah, from holding the lead, yeah, to actually go there. And winning the Europa League, yeah, the reason why I think we'll win it if we go past Bilbao, yeah, is because structurally, you've probably seen on Twitter, them players are going to get 20% salary more in it. You know these not going to fucking play for that, man. Let's just call a spade a spade. I don't like. You see me, I'm not a guy that rates most of these players, but you know what they're going to do. If you hear that, and you hear that, and you're a footballer, you know you're gonna fucking play your heart out for that. 20% more of their wage. They're gonna get 20% of their wages. That's something like that. That you all know it's in our hands. It's written. Then that's me basing why we think we're gonna win the Europa League, not because how great the players are, because of that. Just an opinion. Yeah.
So for me to answer my question is, I'm not as confident. I think I agree with a lot of you. I think they get 1 or 2 goals and nerves will get better of them. I do think, I agree with you that they might go all out because they try to get that bit of money. And you know what? Money is the big motivator for certain people, for footballers. Yeah, I definitely agree with Ben, Trebos, and majority of you. Manchester United need to go start this 0-0 and try to win this game. They cannot think about the 3-0 they're up. They have to win this game. And that's the type of mentality they need to go. And they need to play with intensity, physicality, and they need to put them on the back foot and attack them and get the goals they need to go through. Do I think in the long term, how confident am I? Not that confident. Because I was in that stadium when they scored, where Leon scored 4 goals. I was in the stadium. I saw it all with my own eyes. So I am not as confident. Go ahead, Ben.
Yes, I put a wee question into the chat anyways for the chat to answer. Just like to get all your opinions as well. What would be your front 3 panel for tomorrow? For me, to answer quickly, I would start Højlund, the left 10 Menu, and then the right 10 Garnacho. I think Ahmad's got to play wing back tomorrow.
Agree.
Anyone
to come back to like your question? I know the approach that you guys saying that we have to go and try to win the game, but our situation is almost similar to the situation of a boxer that's in the 10 round of a 12-round fight, and we are already winning. We already won all the 10 round on points. Why expose ourselves to a knockout blow? We can coast it and still win it. When I mean coast it, I don't mean sitting in a low block. We can sit in a mid block and just pick our battle, be astute, and use our weapon to the best of our ability. I think the only way we lose that game tomorrow is if genuinely the referee received a bribe and was told by UEFA to make sure that we lose that game so Bilbao can get a home final. That's the only way. That's why I'll probably tell, if I was Amorim, I'll tell the players to be careful, because once we set up in a low block, that means they're going to have a lot of ball into our penalty box, and we won't be surprised if they get a bookie penalty. That's why I'm thinking we should just set up in the mid block. I would definitely start Ahmad in a wing back position. On the right hand side, Garnacho on the left. The one thing I would do is I would drop Rasmus. He have proven that he's not able to hold up the ball properly, and we don't need anybody giving them back the ball so they can use it against us. So I will start Kobe Mino in the first 9, so he can drop in the middle and give us a little control, and that's what I'm looking at.
Big up.
Yeah, big up Cat for the raid, by the way. Big up Cat for the raid. Big up Samurai as well. Big up people, like, share, subscribe to the channel. We're 200 away, subscribers away from 13K. We're a shadow ban because of Palestine people, but we don't give a hoot. We do not give a hoot. We will always support Palestine. We will always stand against genocide. We will always stand against imperialism. We will always stand against colonizers, wherever we may be. We will always stand for freedom. We will always stand for liberation, wherever they may be. And solidarity and love to the people of Pakistan who are getting bombed by India tonight. Fucking the Nazi Indians. Fuck the Nazi Indian government. I got nothing but love for the Indian people, and majority of Indian people do not agree with Modi and his Hindutva fascists, but fuck them. And I stand in total solidarity with the people of Kashmir and Pakistan. Love always. Solidarity always. But big up people, please smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. So for me, I think Manchester United, I'm not confident on it again. I think I will play Rasmus, and so the 3, I'll ask you who's your 3, Ben. Who would you play? You told us, Asif, who would you play the three up top. Can you answer this question? Ben's question. Who would you play?
I agree with what he's saying. With the limited options we have to start Højlund, even though he hasn't been great. Who else have we got? And then
And Kobe as the
Garnacho,
number 10. Kobe and number
yeah,
10. Okay.
and Ahmad as the fullback, because
Okay.
I think that's the best options from what we have.
Trebles. Who you starting? Who's your front three?
It's going to be Højlund, isn't it? Because he's not going to play anybody else. So it's going to be Højlund, Garnacho, and Ahmad.
Another question from Windy. Big up, Windy. Solidarity and Love Queen. She says, what does the panel envision that United will reach the level of playing the type of football that we've seen in the Champions League in these last few weeks? When the Glazers...
I'll tell you.
For me, let me finish. My opinion, when we get proper owners who are ambitious that want to win big trophies, that's when I will see it. Go ahead, Luani.
Yeah,
I know you're eating, man. You're eating too late, by the way, but go ahead, munch on your food and then we'll come to you in a minute. Go ahead.
My front three will be Garnacho. Rasmus will not play. It will be Garnacho. I'll play Kobe in the first 9, and then I'll play Mason Mount. One thing we forgot about Mason Mount, he's been in big game. He played a final in the Champions League, so he might be up for this occasion. So I'll play Mason Mount. That'll be my front three. Garnacho, Kobe Mino as a false 9. He's going to drop in that middle. We need that stability in the middle, and Mason Mount can also drop in that middle, and that will leave the whole flank to Ahmad to exploit.
Tom Eaton.
Big up Samari. Listen, that's what Manchester United do. We love our granddads.
Structure.
Go ahead, Treble.
What I was going to say is, because you made that perfect, yeah. You know when we're going to start competing again, when we have new owners. I generally believe that that's when I can say we're going to start winning Premier Leagues and Champions Leagues, because they know what they're doing. And also going back to, I know I don't want to go off topic, but going back to Bruno, yes, if we had the elite owners that know what they're doing, yes, I would say take that money, Bruno, fuck off. Other than that, right now, like I said, I don't trust these guys. That's just my thought.
Okay, cool.
Big up.
Big up. People, please smash a like on the video. That I don't see that with this owners, with Ineos, Glinios. I don't see it. I just don't see it. I don't see how we do it. Asif, when can we start playing scintillating football again? What would that have to happen? Do you think it would ever happen on the Glazer and Ineos?
Well, for me, I always give a manager 3 seasons, but for me, we need to improve huge next season. Once he has one pre-season, he gets a few players in, we win the Europa League, get some money and sign some. There needs to be improvement in the way we're playing next season. We can't. He's had this season. It's not been a full season, and there's been loads of problems. But once he gets an actual pre-season, and he gets his own signings next season, the style has to come in slowly, because managers that have had time, like Klopp, he got time. He wasn't successful straight away, but you could see there was things happening. There was a style of play. There were strides being made in certain competitions. So I want to see something next season. I'm not saying that it's going to be the best football in the world, but there needs to be something that we can get excited about from, So I'm saying from next season, I want to see improvements. But the level they're talking about, Champions League like this, that won't happen straight away. There's going to be a few transfer windows yet for that, until he gets his team, because the system that he's playing, you need specialists in certain positions. That's the problem with it. You can't just have anyone. You need players with intelligence that understand what the manager wants, and they have the stamina and the in-game nous to be able to play how he wants us to play. When you have the other formations, that's why they were so happy when Van Nistelrooy was there, just simple formation, playing freely the way they like it. But as soon as anything comes in where it's a bit like Ten Hag and what's his name, the one before, the one that was meant to be an expert in recruiting, I forgot what his name, Ragnick, him. Yeah, so whenever there's a strict instructions or a certain style and a big demand on the way they press and move and play, these players struggle. It's like they struggle at United. They can't do it. They love playing the way Solskjaer had them set up and stuff, even though that fell apart. But for a while, they were playing good. So I feel like he needs to get his own players in. And once he gets his own players in, we'll see an improvement. And I think if we get a good summer, we will see an improvement next season. You'll see us playing better football.
Yeah. 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 Big up to Andreas Herrera.
You don't
Big up.
sound convinced.
People, we're not even got 100 likes. Shame on you all. Honestly, shame on you all. We don't even have 100 likes.
Shame
Big
on
up
you,
Stephanie.
Jamie. Shame on you, Shake.
Honestly, we just
Come on,
gave you
guys, like
an hour and a half. We haven't
Come
even
on,
got 100
people.
likes, and it's over.
There's
300
one click of a button, man. Press it.
2 of my good friends are
wow.
in the chat, Shake and Jamie. Shame on you lot for not doing the like button. I'm only joking.
Andre Herrera, I hope Atletico Bilbao will reach the final. Yeah, especially the way we treated him.
Yep,
The way we treated him. Yeah, 100%. He's supporting his boyhood team.
I think.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of the team, obviously, what injuries do we have? Who's injured?
De Ligt, I think De Ligt.
De Ligt is injured. Who else? Mazraoui is a doubt, apparently.
No, he'll play. He'll play. He said.
Can I just say this? Yeah. Can I just I don't know if De Ligt's gonna play or not here, but can I just say this on Amad Diallo? Yeah, like if you reach that final, don't play him versus West Ham. I beg you, because I've seen. I'm sorry, I know you guys like him, and I'm not a fan of this manager. This manager is just too stubborn, bro. He's just doing the opposite thing. Like, you've not learned from Xerxes. Yeah, you've not probably learned from De Ligt, but you can get away with from De Ligt. And I think it's the attack that needs more in it. You cannot have Ahmad missing in the final. Don't play him versus West Ham, please. Whatever you do, don't play him. Don't give him even a 45 minutes. Do not play him. Anything can happen in football. We've seen it with Xerxes versus Newcastle. You did not have to play him. You could have just stuck Hoyland and you could have just played Chido, second half as a substitution. You did not have to play Xerxes, and now Xerxes out for the season. I do not want that to happen. I don't know what you lot's fault is, but if he misses that game, that can really hurt us. Come back and bite us. Because for me, he's the key weapon for the final. He's one of the key weapons to win the Europa League. That's just my opinion. That's my thoughts, guys.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy that people don't want to smash the like on the video. Yeah, I just every way I look at it, Luani, I just feel as though, yeah.
Oh, but genuinely, I'm worried about the officiating tomorrow. I'm seriously. If the final was not in Bilbao, I wouldn't give a damn. But since it's there, I'm worried about it, because that UEFA is cooking something.
Yeah. I've got listen. UEFA can cook things whatever they want, but Manchester United have to be disciplined in there. Don't give the referee any chance to send you off. Don't give away don't give away penalties. This is the possible lineup. Let me just show you, people. Do you agree with this lineup? Some of you don't, obviously, but this is what they reckon. This is what the book is. This is like a betting site. This is what they reckon. Unana, Renette, Lindelof, Maguire, Euro, Dogu, Masraoui, right wing backs. Ugarte, Casemiro in the middle. Bruno, Garnacho, Hoyland. This is a starting team.
The thing is,
what do you think about that team?
It's not really like Ugarte and Casemiro you could probably argue they're probably our best players in the away game. So I wouldn't be too annoyed if Ugarte and Casemiro play tomorrow. The one thing I'd be really annoyed at is if he starts Maz on the right wing back instead of Ahmad, and say I'd actually start Mazraoui in the right centre back. Obviously keep Maguire, Euro, Dorgu's fine, Ugarte, Casemiro, Ahmad, and then Garnacho, Fernandes, and then Hoyland. Just keep Mainu in the bench.
But Ben, don't you think we need to manage? We need to be careful, super careful, and manage Ahmad's minutes.
Yeah, but 100%. But at the end of the day, Northern, this is a massive, massive game. And what? What? I keep forgetting your name. I'm so sorry. Treble. And Treble made a brilliant point. The Premier League is like the games where Ahmad should never be starting at all. These are the games that he has to start, regardless of the outcome of the result. Ahmad's probably thinking to himself as well, like it's not complete, it's not over at all. Like 3-0 lead, and anything can happen in football. That's the whole joys of it. But I think what he's got to do tomorrow, if there's nothing happening in the game, say if it's like only a 1-1 or 1-0 to us or 1-0 to them, I'd still take Ahmad off at 60, probably 60 minutes. I wouldn't play him the whole 90 minutes. Only keep him on if we're like, okay, they're 2-0 up on us. Like we actually might have to keep Ahmad on, which is so shit to say, but this is where we're at. This is reality. We haven't got enough depth.
I just don't listen. I'll be honest. I just don't trust what this manager does for
I know,
players.
I know.
But what if he's
generally
doing
am
it? What if he's playing him in the games for fitness because he's been out a long time?
Yes,
Facts, that's another thing.
correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
What if he's
No,
trying
but
to
no,
get him
but
ready,
no,
thinking we're going to get in the final and he wants him on point?
But listen, you can't risk because end of the day, yeah, you have to look at it. Yeah, this is a big game coming up. We need him. He's a
need
key weapon. We need him. It's not. It's a risk you can't. You cannot take. Because look, he done it against Brentford. Oh, cool. He didn't get injured. Cool. Because Brentford are one of these teams that are very physical. They'll start fouling you. Look, they nearly injured Garnacho. What do you call a couple of days ago? These are the teams that would keep making them fouls. You don't know what West Ham are going to be like. I know, they got nothing to play for. They're safe. We've got nothing to play for, but they're still, they can just do anything. You don't know. Paqueta could be tackling with 2 foot and take one of our players out, and they could be out for the season. You can have a hamstring, you can have an ACL. Do you know what I mean? It's not. And Ahmad, the way he recovered from that injury, it takes off. It takes
Facts.
takes more of a heart. You know what I'm saying? Innit? So
I just
yeah.
come on as well, Jordan. You said about Ahmad. Would you start Ahmad tomorrow, or would you bring him on the second half?
I would bring him on. I won't
Bring him on. Bring him on.
start
No,
him.
no. Then the way the situation is that Bilbao, they're gonna come at us right away, right? So if they come at us right, they're not gonna wait till the second half to come at us. So if they come at us right from the get go, those space will be behind them that we need to exploit. So that's why I might need to start tomorrow. I'll just give him 45 minutes, first half, score your goals, and then when we're up by 2-0 or whatever, you can come and sit on the bench. And then at that point, we can defend. But we need to give them something to worry about on the flanks. Garnacho and Ahmad are the answer to that question. Tomorrow, I'm more worried about Ugarte and Casemiro. I will definitely break that pair up. I know they are our best players, but if Bilbao decide to attack us tomorrow, Casemiro is a walking red card and Ugarte is a walking yellow card. So I'll definitely break those two up. Only one of them will play that game, and then if Ugarte start, he get a yellow card. Then Casemiro come replace him, and vice versa. But I will definitely
Yeah.
not start both of them.
I like your approach, the one I think like my option A was gonna be Bruno and Casemiro in the double pivot, and then Mainu, Garnacho, and Hoyland. But I think judging the fact that that was probably Ugarte's best game in a United shirt at that Atletico game. I thought that was Ugarte's best game in a United shirt. I think and obviously Casemiro had an amazing game, man of the match. I don't think he will drop either of them because obviously with the performance they had away. Now I completely agree with what you're saying, Luana. I personally would go for Bruno and Cass in the double pivot. I think we've got to take the game to them instead of them taking the game to us, because it like you said, anything can happen in a game of football, and it's all down to Amarim's in-game management. Like how does he do obviously with the players and shit, like coaching them and stuff, like throughout the game. It's very important for him tomorrow too, as well as the players.
But think about it, right? Bruno in the double pivot, he can hit on both flank. He can hit those long balls to Garnacho or Ahmad, and then Kobe Mino in the false nine. He can also find those inside paths to Garnacho and Ahmad as well. So that gives us at least 2 options. If they decide to press us high, we can come back to the middle with Bruno, and Bruno can drop in the back four and hit those long ball behind. If they decide to just stack the midfield, Kobe Mino can receive the ball under pressure, and he's very good in doing that and find that intricate pass. So I think both Kobe Mino need to play this game, and Rasmus need to be on the bench. Rasmus doesn't give us anything. So I don't see why starting him.
I understand. I do understand what you're saying, Luane. But it's one of these things, isn't it? Big up Trebles is back.
Yeah,
Listen, I'll
sorry,
stay
love
with you,
that.
Luane. What do you think the score's going to be tomorrow? What do you think the score's going to be?
I think we beat them 2-0.
Wow, you're very confident. Yeah. Interesting. Go ahead, Ben. 2-1, did you say?
Yeah, I said 2-1. Excuse me.
Go ahead, Asif. Score predictions.
2-1 to United.
Trebles.
1-1. We'll go through an aggregate.
I think if we score first, it's that we have to get that first goal, just like in the first game. I think once we get that, the more people, the players will relax then, and we try to play football. But if they get the first goal in that first 25 minutes, then it's...
Somebody said in the chat that Kobe was a fail in the first night. Last weekend, you see the goal was called the combination between the pass from Kobe to Garnacho, and then Garnacho crossed to Mason Mount. Those are the kind of thing he can do in that position. So we have to. I think that's the kind of thing scenario we should be looking for. That's why Mason Mount start tomorrow as well.
Do you know what? You know what, the Hoyland, yeah? I don't know some of you lot are not know.
He played well. I thought that was one of his best games since Amarin's been here.
Can I just say this with Hoyland, yeah? Nuruddin,
he didn't score, but he played really well.
I'm actually scared. You know, did you not know? I think it was over a year ago. Like when we played Man City and we lost 3-0 on the Ten Hag, he conceded the penalty. You can forgive him for that because them times he was still on the learning thing. In that box, yeah, he always wrestles people. He always tries. You know, this Champions League VAR is different to Premier League VAR. Yeah, it was given because Man City, come on, they get favoured everything, and they've got 115 charges for a reason. But bro, you cannot be doing that. But that I'm looking at that because every time in that box, yeah, he's gonna make that foul, and 9 times out of 10 or 10 times out of 10, the VAR or the ref will go to the VAR and will review it, and we're gonna concede. No one really talks about that. When you lot just mentioned Hoyland now, that just come on.
No, I agree. The way he defends corners, the way he grabs people, wrestles them, is horrible.
And you know what it is? That can play in Atletico's hands, and you know if they get that penalty,
they're looking for the red card. They're going to try to get somebody sent off. They're going to be diving. That's what they're going to be.
I promise you, their coach is specifically instructing them to look for those, to put pressure on the referee because of the way the other game was played.
You know, we beat them away from home, innit? Yeah, we have to make sure that you know you go to that game. That crowd needs to be rocking, bro. We have to literally go on the front foot and literally murder them in the first few minutes, bro. Because let's just be honest, if they score before we score, it could change everything. Because remember, first goal is always crucial. So we need to start on the front foot and not lose our heads. Because if we score, they know what they have to do. They have to score 5 goals. And they're not going to get 5 goals. Do you see where I'm coming from? Or 4 goals, whichever. You know what I mean? They're not going to do that. So
and you can rest players too.
Yeah, you know it. Yeah. Good point. Whoever your name is. Good point. We have to rest players as well because you know we got a final to worry about. But the Spanish teams, they're very good at. They said they're very good at getting people sent off. They're very tactically. They're very dirty. They're time waste as well. They're gonna all do that once they try to come back, and we can't let them come back. Treat that game, like it's the biggest game of your season, as the biggest game of your career. Treat it because end of the day, Bilboa are rattled, and they're looking for some revenge. And they're not going there to say, "Yo, listen, we're gonna sit back." Remember, they're going to attack. Yeah, they're gonna have the ball more than us. You expect them to because they're trailing in it. We just can't make sure we lose our heads because I've seen this team crumble under pressure. That's why I'm a bit pessimistic because I've seen it against Lyon. We nearly crumbled under pressure. We only had 2 players that stood up that game that that literally saved us. They missed a lot for that game, but I mean, like, there's 2 players that saved us that game, was Maguire and Kobe. We can't keep doing that, man. We need to start very, very fast. That's my thoughts, man. Big up.
Yeah, man. Asif, your last word for the show. Let's go. Last word for the show.
We're going through. We're gonna win the Europa League, and we're gonna have a big summer.
Bro.
We're gonna have a big summer, and we're gonna go into the next season with another trophy. That's 3 trophies in 3 seasons through our struggles, more than Arsenal, and we're gonna make a step in the right direction next season.
Go ahead, Ben.
Yes, big up Nerdin, big up the panel, Free Palestine, fuck Zionism. Obviously solidarity to Pakistan tonight. Obviously, I heard it's all over the news. Just dreadful what's going on with India and Pakistan. But big up the chat as always. Smashing show tonight. Brilliant comments in the chat too. Yes. Now we go tomorrow. Hopefully the boys can get
Thursday, not tomorrow.
Oh,
Thursday.
tomorrow. Thursday.
Tomorrow is Arsenal and PSG.
I'll be watching that too. I'll be watching.
Come on, PSG. Come on.
Come on, PSG. Yep. But like I said, hopefully the guys can get through Thursday. And I'm room too. Obviously, as well, like I'm still not 100% with Fernandes and stuff, but it could be good to see us get through a final because we need it. We seriously need it because it's been a dreadful season, and I think the fans deserve to have at least to be in the Champions League next season because it helps us too. And final thing as well, please, Saudi Arabia team, please take Bruno Fernandes. Please take him because this could be the biggest summer in Man United's history since post Fergie. Because you think about it, with our PSR, we've got Ericsson leaving, confirmed he's on 150k a week. We've got Garnacho looking from Napoli and Chelsea. We've got Antony who's balling out in Real Betis, and they're looking for 50 million apparently from Atletico Madrid. We've got Rashford, Sancho. Panel, this is working out towards us now. It's just the biggest concern is Ineos. So I'm all for it. I'm looking forward for the summer at seeing what players we bring in. But I've always been the outgoings person. I want to see who's going, and obviously I've got a big agenda on Bruno. Ever since his second season at United, I've just started disliking him. Just what he's doing off the ball. But please, whatever, I don't know what. I think it's Al Hilal. That's the team. Nerdin,
Yes,
if
that's
I'm
it.
wrong, apologies.
That's it.
Just please take him. But yeah, big up to the chat, big up to the panel, and appreciate Nerdin for bringing me on as always, bro. Big up.
Go ahead, Luani. Last comment from you.
Just about the game on Thursday. If we don't go to win that game, it will not be Amorim. As much as I have my issue with him, it will be 100% on the players. The same way we say when we're trying to win a game, we throw the kitchen sink at the opposition, and the players go ahead to win you that game. I'm pretty sure that Amorim is not planning on coaching a loss after being 3-0 up to a team like Bilbao. So this is all on the players. This is going to be all about their character, their willingness to bring home the Europa League, their willingness to be in the Champions League next season, and to give this manager a platform and this new board a platform to rebuild on. So we'll see.
Structure. Can I just say this? It's not. We'll come back to football for 1 minute. Yeah, Sheikh. I know he's in listeners. I hope your mum and dad make a safe home, man. I hope your mum and dad make a safe home, man. Yeah.
No, his mum's dad. It's just his granddad. His granddad.
Oh, mum's dad. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Still
His granddad is.
Okay. I misread. My bad. If I misread.
All good. Yeah, solidarity and love, man, Sheikh. Solidarity with, and hope your granddad and
Solidarity, man.
and family.
Always, bro.
Yeah. Strub, go on. Last word from you for the show.
we're gonna go through, but please do not. Nuruddin, sorry, unfortunately, I wanted to go to the game, but I can't come to the game. And it's just, I have a weird feeling sometimes. I have a PTSD going to Old Trafford, and when I go there, we barely win in it. But I feel like we will get through in it. Just do not do a Spursy. Don't ball it, please. This manager, yeah, not this manager, this manager that we're facing, yeah, he's a definition of a bottler. Do you know that manager that we're facing? He bottled it when he played Roma, I think it was Roma, and the Liverpool one when he was 3-0 up in and he lost 4-0. If this manager comes,
But he still won the league though with Barcelona. He still won the league.
He did.
And they sacked him the year after.
If he ends up doing that to us, we are going to be a laughing stock. That can't happen. We went to their patch and we whitewashed them and said FIFA passed the pad on. We can't let them do that at Old Trafford. We have to be on our game plan. We have to, what I'm saying. I think we'll do it, man. I don't think we'll win on the night, but we'll go through. That's just my opinion. But let's see what we can do on the night, man. Big up, man. Glory, Man United, man.
Which one will be worse, though? Losing now or losing to Ange Postecoglou?
Always, bro. 44 years. 44 years.
Big up the revolutionary Bobby Sands, man.
Always,
one of the
bro.
greatest liberators.
You know what I don't think we'll lose to Spurs. Do you know why I don't think we'll lose to Spurs? Because they're gonna look at 3 times. They're not gonna do the 4th time. I'm telling you, we've got Casemiro is one of the reasons why I don't feel like we're gonna lose that final, because he's
with Onana in the team. People like Onana, Diego Dalot.
There's no recovery. There's no recovery from losing. If we lose to Spurs, there's no recovery from that. When you lose to a Premier League team in a European final, it's hard to avenge because it will hardly happen again. That's why Chelsea fans are so bitter, because they can never avenge that John Terry slip, that Champions League final. There's no way we can banter them forever. They can say what they want, but when you play a Premier League team in a final of European competition and you lose, that is banter for a lifetime, because what are the chances you're going to play them again in Europe in a final? Do you know what I mean? So if we get Spurs, we need to beat them, honestly.
I'll still come on your stream, yeah, but I won't go on Twitter Spaces. I will not come on Twitter Spaces, yeah. I'll be honest. I'm on Twitter. I'll log out if we lose to Spurs in the final. That is the most biggest football criminal ever, bro. And not just that, yeah. Not this did we handed them the trophy for the first time since 2008. We've just lost 4 times to them if that actually happens. That is a piss take. It's like saying, can we play you every week? You know when they sang at Old Trafford, when they beat us 3-0, Nuruddin, I don't know if he was at the game, I was at the game, they sang, can we play you every week? Then they're going to probably chant that again. Who knows? Bro, you guys have to be Casemiro, go to that dressing room and, bro, slap each one of them and say, you are not losing that fucking final, bro. No, I'm not.
I hope that team beats Spurs actually in the semi-final. I'm hoping for that.
You know what?
Bro.
We haven't beaten Spurs since 2022, apparently.
Yep, that plays.
I don't want to play a Premier League team in the final of a year. I don't care who the Premier League team is. I just don't want to play a Premier League team in the European final. I'd rather play a foreign team.
Mate, you know, someone said that Bodo Glimt can come back, and I genuinely hope they do. But at the same time, though, people underestimated them. They're not easy too, because remember Old Trafford, what they done?
Yeah,
we just about beat them. Yeah. Remember, you got short memory, didn't you? Remember what happened at Old Trafford? We just about beat them. That's not going to be easy too. And their manager,
they've got big squad, unshakable. They've got big squad to be able to cope with that. They got big squad already. All the rest of the players are fit. We've still got Martinez to let out.
Yeah, but you know
who else have we got out for the season?
Solanke might be out. Solanke, I don't know how long he's out for, innit? But I think
Solanke played the other day.
Yeah, I know, but he got injured. Did it? So I think something like he's not. He's not. I think he probably will play, but I'm saying is Maddison is out and the other players are for them for the whole season. So that's a big blow, innit? You know what I mean? Song's coming back. He's not going to be out, so they're going to have 3 players available. But listen, we can't lose to them, bro. Remember what Fergie said was only Spurs? We can't even say that to a normal man. I'm telling you.
Well, Retro, I hope and pray you beat them. Big up. Listen, everybody, big up to you. We still not made it to 100 likes. This is the maddest thing ever. 290 people still watching, and we're on 93 likes for the video. I don't know. I think they're taking my shadow banning. Are people actually liking the video? And then it says here 73 people have liked the video.
I've already liked it long time ago.
73. I've said they've liked the video.
Dreadful, man.
And it's crazy.
Crazy,
Wow.
crazy.
Whoever didn't like it is banned from the stream. Sorry, I don't get that call, but that structure.
Yeah.
But
But big up, I just
before
want to thank everybody. I just want to thank. Go ahead. Go ahead.
before you go, someone was saying like, you know, as things what we're doing now, when it can, like, someone asked me, can you, I'm not, I don't trust Ineos, but some of you guys, can you not see Ineos actually getting us back to the top anytime anywhere soon?
No.
Yeah,
I think it's a resounding no. So listen, I want to big up everybody. Big up to people liking the video. Can we get to 100 before we close? I just want to say, and what do I expect? I expect the Europa League, even if we win the Europa League, I don't want to put a downer on things, even if we were to win it. I think it will paper over the cracks. I genuinely don't think the Glazers and Ineos are not going to back Amorim. And I think Amorim's in trouble unless we see in the next 3.5 months some drastic improvements. Because for me, it's not even about Europe for me. It's not about Europa League. It's bread and butter. It's the Premier League. And next season, if he gets a bad start, it's a wrap. Oh, the stadium's going to turn. People are going to turn. And I'm telling you, it's bad blood. And that means you just can't sack Amorim. You'll have to sack Omar Barada as well. But I don't want him to get sacked. I don't think it's his fault, but it's what it is. But I just want to say quickly before we jump off quickly, I just say this: big up to Ben, big up to everybody, big up, love and light, big up to Ben, and then I'll just say make sure you follow him.
Big up Jamie, the moderator.
39.
Big up Jamie, the moderator.
Yeah, big up Jamie as well, the moderator. Always good. Big up Elmary 39 on X. Big up Asif. Asif _ Bechan. Make sure you follow him. Make sure you follow Luwani 1979. Take care, Ben. 1979. Big up Jarvis Bowley 77. Make sure you watch that show. He did a 2-hour show yesterday. Unfortunately, I couldn't make it on because I had a plans for May Day celebrations yesterday. May Day, the Day of Workers. So make sure you check that out. Check out Bowley 77 and make sure you check out Tactical Devils, the channel. We need to get into 1,000 subscribers so we can properly monetize. Trebles, you can find him on Twitter. Let me just get his Twitter handle.
Yeah, just
Trebles,
put you've got
Trebles,
it.
Twitter. We don't tolerate snakes.
No, they just want to shout out quick my fellow trucker brother, Palestinian that I met a couple of days ago on the road, and I did a couple small talk with him, and he was telling me that the biggest problem in this issue was not even the Zionists. He said the biggest problem were the other Arab countries.
See you later, guys. I'm gone.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%. Because they're Zionists and then they're snakes. Yeah, big up. They're the real snakes as well. Yeah, big up to you. What's his name? Your brother, Palestinian brother?
No, I didn't have the time to ask him for his name, but we just
cool.
more talking.
Cool. Well, lots of love for him. Pray for Pakistan as well.
Yeah.
And big up to everybody in the chat. Let's see if we reached 100K. Oh no, 100K, not 100 likes for the video. 100K. See how tired I'm. Way, we reached 100. We reached 100 likes. God, it only took 2 hours. Big up to everybody. Solidarity and love with Pakistan against the fascists in Hindutva. Like I said, I don't blame India. There's nearly 1.5 billion Indian people. I have lots of love for majority Indian people, but I don't like the Hindutva fascists. They are fascist, and nothing will ever stop me about that. Yeah, the Arab countries are a disgrace, and the whole of them so-called Muslims are a disgrace. So love to everybody. Big up to everybody. Smash a like. Free Palestine. Free fucking Pakistan and Kashmir from fucking Hindu fascists. Free Palestine from the Zionists and all of the fascists and the war machine. Solidarity and love to everybody. We're shadow banned, but we don't give a damn. We'll always shout for the dignity and liberation of people worldwide. We stand in total solidarity with all the people in the world who are feeling oppressed right now, whether it's because of their religion, because of their gender, because of their orientation, because of their location where they are in the world, because of their ethnicity. We stand in total solidarity. I know they did, but it is what it is, people. Love and light, look after each other. We might do a video tomorrow, we'll see, but yeah, we'll be back after the game. I'll be at the stadium watching the game, and I'll be back on Thursday night to go live after the game for the match reaction. Big up the
Big up Nuruddin.
Take care, Luani.
Thanks
Like I said,
for
Luani, 1979. Yeah, make sure you check him out on X. Asif Bicham on X as well. I'm there, that guy Red Devil. Make sure you check out Elmo39. Big up. Make sure you check out Bowley, BOLE 77, and then check out Tactical Devils on YouTube. Take care, people. Don't forget, love.
Okay.
Good night.